exclusive. Hey, 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 hey. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Oh, my good people. How y'all feeling? I hope you're feeling good because I'm certainly feeling good. I got something to feel good about, and you got something to feel good about, too. We are alive. That's right. We're alive. So you got to celebrate that. We got to. All right? Check it out, good people. Check it out. It's Talk It Out Tuesday. Talk It Out Tuesday with Tori and MsTonya. I got a whole lot of stuff going on, and I hope that is working out right for me. I don't know. I seem to be having some issues, Tori. I don't know. I'm going to try to get it right. Y'all just give me a minute. Give me a little minute. Got to get the sound right. Something going on with my sound. Something going on with my sound. All right. Somebody put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me. I see I got Cash in the building. How you doing? At your service, media greetings. Put a 1 in the building if you hear me. Kevin Bridges, how you doing, man? Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me. Come on, come on. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. We won't get this thing right. All right, Malik Williams, I see you put a 1 in there. Hey, Veronica Davis, you got a 1 in there. How y'all doing? Gloria Anderson, what's up? How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Thank you, thank you. Listen, I've been away from this thing. I've been out of town. I see the ones coming in. Thank you so much, Cash. Thank y'all. I've been away. I have. I had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I got to tell you guys, I went on a retreat. And it was a retreat that I really, really needed it. You know, I needed it. I needed it more than I even imagined. Now, I was invited to the retreat, as I was a moderator for a wellness discussion panel. It was a beautiful weekend in the mountains of Asheville. And there's so much that I could tell you about that. And I'm so happy that I agreed to do this because, listen, it helped me more than I could even imagine. I walked away with so much knowledge, so much more peace. So I understand so many things about wellness and taking care of yourself. Now, you know, wellness is a journey. It really is. It's an entire journey. And it's not one that you figure it all out at one time. There's a process. And today we're going to be talking about ShaCarri Richardson. Y'all hear me? ShaCarri. Don't call it a comeback. I hope y'all saw that win. I hope you saw what she did in Budapest. Listen, that's what happens when you get it together. That's what happens when your mental well-being is important to you. That's what happens when you get your mind right. But before we get too deep in the conversation, because it is Talk It Out Tuesday, and I don't want to talk too much because you know it's Talk It Out Tuesday with Tori and MsTonya. So I'm going to have to get Tori in here. And I'll get her in here and we'll get it going. But before we do that, you know what we always do? We do just a little bit of breath work. Y'all do this breath work with me. This wellness is important. This wellness is important. It's not a trend. This is not a fad. This is for you. And if you don't take this breath work with me, it's okay. I'm going to take it for myself. I'm going to be like ShaCarri. I'm humble with it, but I'm not about to care about what you guys do if you're not caring about yourselves. All right? So let's do this thing. What I want you to do is inhale to the count of 4. And we're going to hold it for a few seconds. And then we're going to exhale. And we'll hold that for a few seconds. And we'll repeat that a few times. Now, you can close your eyes if you're in a place that you can do that. And I want you to do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're actually sitting at the desk. If you got your head pods on and you're taking a listen, we'll vibrate with us and listen. But if you can close your eyes, close your eyes. You want to take it a step further, put your hands over your heart and feel that you are alive. That's you. Let's get into it. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. One more time. Let's inhale. Hold it a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. Doesn't it feel great? It feels good. Now open your eyes and look at what we're going to be talking about today. It's Talk It Out Tuesdays with Tori and MsTonya. We're talking about winning. We're talking about peace. We're talking about ShaCarri Richardson and how proud we are of her. I am so ready to talk about it, and I hope you guys are ready to talk about it. And I'm getting ready to bring Miss Tori on into this conversation. All right, y'all ready for Tori? I know. What's up, Tori?
What it do? What it do? It's a Tuesday again. Man, these weeks go by so fast. Oh my God. I miss you guys so much. I look forward to these Tuesday conversations. And I thank you guys for joining us each and every week. There is no us without you.
Girl, you came in sounding all lovely and refreshed. You sound like you went on a little retreat this weekend, like how I did.
Listen, I'm just relaxing, just cooling out. Oh my goodness, just cooling out. But listen, you gotta when we get out this podcast, you gotta tell me about that retreat. I was like, man,
I'm
you
gonna
the
tell
one should be refreshed.
you, and I am. I'm real refreshed. Let me tell you
Oh.
something. And
Mm.
while I was on the retreat, actually, when I was in my hotel room, and I happened to have some satellite TV, and I was watching some of the qualifying rounds for the track and field, world events in
Mhm.
Budapest. So I'm watching everything, and I'm seeing ShaCarri. I've been watching her this track season, and I was loving the space that I was seeing her in. That was just so awesome to see where her mind was at, where her head was at. She was like, okay, I'm here. And she looked good and she's running well. But I think that's an understatement after yesterday, because we see that right now, officially on this planet, she is the fastest woman on the planet, right?
Mhm. I say
Not
you
too long,
go, girl.
yeah, not too long ago, people didn't believe in her. Not too long ago, people did not believe in her. She was, you know what was going on,
Right,
a
right,
whole lot.
right.
But it just led me to um, a deeper conversation that I felt like we could have about this. Of course, we're happy to see her. Like I said in the description, I said, don't call it a comeback. Let's not
Mhm.
call it a comeback. We got to call it what it is. And we need to be talking about how important mental well-being is and how that creates a positive feedback loop in our lives for personal growth, for positivity, and just our overall ability to overcome obstacles. That's important, you know?
Very important.
Wellness and well-being and things like retreats and like going within yourself, yoga, meditation, prayer, whatever it is that takes you, allows you to come to a peace of mind. You got to have some of those strategies and you've got to implement them into your life because there's going to be challenges, right?
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to
Absolutely.
find some type of balance. So I just felt like, her win to me is definitely because of where she is in her mind space. And I also a quote from her, and I posted it on my page. She said that I'm not worried about the world anymore. I've seen the world be my friend. I've seen the world turn on me. It's my time to actually do it for myself. Woo!
Mm. That quote was everything.
Speak on it.
That quote was everything. That is a quote that I'm actually going to give to my son, because you have to prepare yourself for the world. People are going to put you down. People are going to be riding with you one day and then they're going to desert you the next. And that's what I am, how I am. If I'm riding with you, I'm riding with you. If you turn and listen, when I fall out with people, it ain't because of me. Because I'm always gonna rock with you. But I'm gonna support you to the wheels roll off. But
Exact.
that's how the world is though. Ooh, Lord have
Mhm.
mercy.
I see we got people all in the comments already. We got to be talking to them. Let's say hello to our folks. They're giving us energy in this chat.
Malik says, finally caught you from the beginning. Bless up. I don't know if that was a typo or he being country. Beginning.
Hey, listen, it sound right to me. The beginning.
Yvonne, Cynthia Yvonne says, hey ladies, what's up, Cint?
Hey, 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 hey.
Erica says, good afternoon, ladies. What's up, Erica?
Mm-hmm.
And Cynthia says, yes, very proud. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, ShaCarri got us proud. Everybody telling Tori, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Erica.
We love hey Tori. We love Keep the Faith with Tori. I love her too, y'all. Keep on bringing it in. That's why we do this together.
Right, right, right.
Listen, like I said, this conversation for me is just one that I welcome. I feel like she gets it. You can see that she gets it now. And
Mhm.
what I want to ask the people who are in the chat right now while we're having this conversations, I want you guys to go ahead and start thinking about and answer this question for me. Have you ever experienced a moment when your mindset played a pivotal role in achieving a goal? So think about a moment in your life where your mindset played a pivotal role in a goal that you were trying to accomplish. Let's talk about that because that is so very important. You can have all of the tools. You can have those things. You can be inspired per se. You can be motivated per se, whatever that is. But what is that mindset like? Do you have something in mind, Tori?
Listen, that's the story of my life. Like, I've actually, I'm good for encouraging other people, wanting to see everybody win. But sometimes I don't know how to be that encourager for myself. So actually, the past, 2, 3 weeks, I have been learning some balance because I'm always there and try to be there for everyone. I try to answer that call, I try to take that text and try to be uplifting to other people, but I had to realize I had to be there for me. So I've just started doing that. Cause see, I wasn't good at balancing because I'll carry other stuff as well as carry my own. So this past couple weeks, I just been kind of laid low, just doing a lot of journaling, a lot of reading, and a lot of quiet time. So it's very necessary, and it definitely has been helping my mental.
That's good. You said some key things there. You were taking that time to yourself, getting some quiet time, and journaling, writing and journaling is really key too, because all of those things really foster a connection between tranquility and concentration, and ultimately success, because you need to have some type of enhanced clarity, right? You got to be able to have a clearer perspective. So if you're going to do that, you've got to take that time to yourself. And you started out by saying, like, you do so much for so many people. You're there for them. You're cheering them on. And we do that all the time. We do that all the time. Why do we do that? And then we don't take the time to do that for ourselves. I will never, ever know. But I have been guilty of that in the past. I don't struggle with that anymore, but that was very intentional. I realized that I had to start making decisions that were going to work for me. So I had to make sure that I had a calm mind, because a calm mind fosters rational decision making. And you got to be able to do that. When you can make rational decisions, that's going to lead to better choices. And then obviously, that's going to contribute to whatever outcomes you're looking to gain. Um, I see that we continue to have people here in the chat. Let's see what they've got going.
Cynthia said, I said they shouldn't have counted her out. She would be back better than ever after her healing. Absolutely. Yeah. So many
Yeah.
people was throwing her under the bus, and I'm like, really? Seriously, y'all?
And you know what I did?
I've been rocking with her the whole time.
Me
I ain't
too.
care what they say.
Well, the biggest thing was, and there's a
Yeah.
few things. First of all, she had lost her grandmother, okay,
Mhm.
who was so important in her life. So she was hurting.
Yep.
And so I very much understood, there was the issues with marijuana. But I got to tell you, I completely understood what she was going through, uh, just being a young person as well. Not even talking about the grief. I can't even imagine the grief at the time of something so important going on in her life, and she's having that grief. But also just a young person who grew up in this internet space. She already had her personality, sassy. She had her fan base based upon that. That's what she had. So she fed into that, and she fed that, you know? So I
Mhm.
understood what her personality was, and I just felt like, um, yeah, maybe she could have been a little more humble. That was the only thing that I thought she could have been. But I also could see that she was grieving, or she wasn't allowed to have that process of grief. So
Mhm.
I too was waiting for something like what I saw yesterday. And girl, I watched that race so many times. I could paint it.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I'm happy to see it. Malik says, so happy to see her redeem herself, especially since the community threw her away. Now they bear quiet, but loud for her demise. She never left. We left. It's we who left her. That came back. Or that
Ooh,
comeback.
that comeback. I'm trying to tell you what LL Cool J said. Don't call it a
Call it
comeback.
comeback.
I've
I've
been
been
here
here
for
for
years.
years.
Rocking my peers, putting suckers in fear, making it rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom,
Boom, explosion.
girl.
Listen, you take me back, then hip hop celebrated 50 years. So girl,
Yeah, you understand me? Listen, I felt that in my bones when I saw her cross that line.
what Erica says, I totally agree. You have to do everything for yourself because people will turn on you like water. Woo. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. And Cynthia says the dynamic duo. We love y'all and we love you right back. It ain't nothing you can do about it.
That's what it is.
Cynthia also says, absolutely. When I was in the process of starting my businesses, I had to know it could be done because I had some people to be fearful of the leap of faith I was taking for myself. If I would have listened to them, I wouldn't have moved forth in my purpose. Mindset is everything. Yes, indeed. And a lot of times
Mhm.
people will tell you what you can't do because they know they can't do it.
Come on.
Yeah, girl, you show, and then you gotta understand, God didn't give them the vision, he gave it to you. So they ain't gonna see you or see the vision because God gave it to you. He ain't gave it to them. So of course they gonna downplay it. Malik says, explosion.
Overpowering, over competition. I'm towering. Okay, we ain't gonna go. As y'all can see, I love LL Cool J too. I'm sorry. Let me reel this thing back in. But I'm so excited because I love seeing a comeback. I love resilience.
Yes.
And every time I hear her speak, I hear growth and it just does my heart good, you know?
Mhm. And Landa says, keep composure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she really has been able to do that. You can't help but see the growth. The only thing that kind of made me upset is that like how TV is not the same. Remember when we used to be able to see like all of the sports and those type of things on TV when it was live? And now because everybody wants to have their own apps and things are on this channel, it's hard to find. So I was mad that I actually had to I didn't get to actually see it live, but I'm happy still the same.
Yeah, yeah. Man, let me tell you something. So many apps, child.
It's
So
it's
many apps.
ridiculous. Everybody trying to make you already got the TV station. Now you want to make money on the app and all kind of things. Y'all crazy. But what can we say? What Erica got going on here?
Erica says, I used to believe and be the greatest cheerleader for everyone else. And my mindset was God was going to do it for them. But then I had a moment, aha moment, and realized if he could do it for them, why not me? My hopes and dreams matter too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because
Yeah.
I'm guilty of being everybody's biggest cheerleader. Wow. The whole time I'm neglecting me. Psh, no more. Them days over. I'm a root for y'all and I'm a root for me.
You know what? You can do both. Two
Uh-huh.
things can be true and happen at the same time.
Right, right, right. What up, Q? Cute. You know, I'm gonna call you cute because you know I always mess up your name. I didn't realize so many people had written her off. I kept cheering for her and riding with her. Big props to ShaCarri. Me too, cute. I was like, I'm riding with her till the wheels fall off. I don't care what they say. I'm still gonna ride with her. Cause I mean, we've all had our ups and downs in life. We all got a path. We all done this. We ain't never none of us got it right.
No.
Yeah,
And
'cause some of the stuff, let me tell you something. Some of the stuff I've done, you be like, yeah,
and we
if I
still
could
go
pull down the, woo,
go ahead.
I'd be like, Tori did that.
Girl, let me just say this. We're still going to be getting some things wrong. We don't get it all right. Like I said, health and well-being and
Mhm.
your mindset, all of that is continuous growth. I feel like we always have the ability to grow and learn more, make that mind and body connection. You want to have that mind body harmony because inner peace that fosters an alignment between obviously your body and your mind. That's a part of your overall well-being. You can't achieve anything without that because if you're not balanced, I mean, do we need to explain it? You're not balanced. Now,
Right.
it's important to have positive influence. You want to have peaceful people around you, peaceful people who might inspire you. You want to attract that, but you attract that when you are in a peaceful space. That's what you gotta
Absolutely.
do. And that's when you're gonna get those positive, partnerships. That's when more opportunities are gonna come your way. That's when you're gonna have that positive support network because a lot of the times people say, "Well, we don't get to I don't have the support around me, this, what, that, and the other." And that may be true, but if we really would critique ourselves just a little bit, not to rip ourselves down, but just to honestly critique ourselves a little bit, we're not exactly in the most peaceful mindset ourselves. We're not, if we're gonna be honest. So sometimes that's because we're not ready. You're not ready for those opportunities. You're not ready for those type of partnerships. Your mind is not ready. You're looking at something that you want, but you haven't done that work within yourself. And you've got to be able to do that. And it's not easy. It's difficult. And a lot of us don't have to do it on a world stage where everybody's looking at us. We're not under the microscope. And a lot of us don't do it at such a young age that ShaCarri had to live through. So that makes me so proud of her. I'm like, the people who are around her and the mental health or spiritual health health and help that she is getting, it definitely shines through. Don't you think so?
Absolutely. And there's so much peace, freedom, and liberation in not worrying about what people say. Oh my goodness. When you delivered from people, listen.
Yeah, because it
You
allows
can
you to have some focus, clarity, actually.
right, right. Oh my God. I'm just so amazed. I'm just so in awe with what she got going on. And then the other thing too I love is that she's also embracing her natural hair. Well, a natural I love that too. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, I thought that was a really nice thing too. Like, and when the track season started, and she was letting people know, like, okay, I'm here, I'm different, I'm grown, and she had the
Mhm.
wig on, and then she snatched it off and had the braids
Yeah,
on again.
I
That
was
gave
like
me life.
yeah. I said, "Well, Kari, I love it. I love it for you, but I ain't finna take my wig off today because my head tore up on here."
For
But I
real.
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And like, I'm happy that she won.
Yeah.
And, I was just happy of her season leading up to this, because mainly because not just a win. Like,
Mm.
yes, we're celebrating her win, but I equally want to celebrate what I'm seeing with her healthy mind. Like, I see
Right.
that. I see that she clearly sees her goals, and whatever, like, she and her team, like I say, she's focused. She's got the goals, they've got a strategy. Um, it's like she's been able to go through her process of grieving, or have some type of grieving coping mechanisms. That's so very obvious. Like, her confidence is higher. I love seeing her self-esteem, because even though she had that cocky attitude before, that didn't necessarily read confidence to me. That didn't necessarily read self-esteem to me. I could still see, like, some of the weaknesses, because we're online so much, and we're into this whole what, I don't know what to call it, but you know how every young people do it. They're online, they're doing their TikToks, they're having their fun. That still doesn't mean confidence or self-esteem. I just feel like that's a part of that media show. But
Mhm.
now I see it. Like, I see that positive mental well-being, and it's just beautiful. It looks good on her.
Right. It really and truly does. Erica says people love to remind you of where you've been and what you did wrong, but once you have a change in your mindset, it really doesn't matter what others think. It's what you think about yourself that matters most, and become the driving force to make those dreams a reality. Absolutely. Ooh, absolutely.
Mhm. Mhm, mhm.
And Malik says we have to learn to stand with our people against the media. We know they are not for us. I got closer to her story once they tried to vilify her. Absolutely. What are you talking about? Yeah.
You're right. And you know something too? Just watching how she responded to the media this round was actually something to see as well, because I'm watching all of the things, anything that I could find or read about, this race. Believe me, I was. And there's also a video that's circulating throughout media where, as she was passing the media, like, all
Mhm.
on the side, because obviously she's a winner, so everybody wants to get an interview with her, and she's just walking by them. She's like, "No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you." She wasn't talking to them at that particular time, and she stopped and talked to one brother. She stopped and talked to a Black medium, and I was like, "Okay, young ma'am, you make statement. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you all have seen that, but that's what she did. Now, within the press conference where everyone has the opportunity to ask questions, so the media is diverse, obviously. There
Mm-hmm.
aren't too many chips on the cookie, but she was in the room and they were sitting there. She was there with the other medalists, the Jamaicans, who, let's give it up for them because them some bad girls. Shelly Ann Price, Sharika Jackson, them some running women. You
Yes,
understand?
they are.
So that in itself was just legendary. But I've said all of that to say that even within the press asking her the questions, she was pretty much serving to them like, y'all wasn't really here with me. Not so much in those words, but if you get a chance to go online and watch some of it, I encourage you to, because watch how she's handling the media. She is not playing any games, but very humble, very a matter of fact. I love
Mhm.
the way she handled it, you know?
Right. Right, indeed. I was looking through the comments, looking at the comment what Q made. The first one, she said that you hit the nail on the head. Our discrepancies just aren't being televised and reported. You hit the nail on the head. Our discrepancies just aren't being televised and reported.
Mhm, mhm.
And Ashley says her response was amazing. Yes, it was indeed, Ashley.
It was. I loved it.
And Q also says it's really amazing when you know celebrities. You realize many of them don't have the high self esteem we all think they have. Many of them are forced to be in the limelight and truly aren't comfortable, and it takes them years to get there. It takes us, the village, to encourage them and help them build their inner selves as we view their outer selves. Ooh, that's good right
Absolutely.
there. That's
Absolutely.
good.
Because they're
That's
thrown into the
good.
spotlight. And keep in mind,
Mm,
listen, I I'm not let me look up how old she is because I'm not sure, but I know she's in her 20s. And so then a couple years ago, she was very much in her she's still in her early 20s, but um how is it that we expected her to know how to handle that? And I don't care what age you are, how do you tell someone to grieve their grandmother who was,
right.
you know, how do you do that? She was raised by her grandmother. You know?
Right.
So anybody who wanted to pretend like they couldn't understand, well, you somewhere else with it. She's 23. I just Googled it. So if Google is right, she's 23, which means a few years ago, we're talking about she's still a baby.
Right. And that's what I was gonna think. I was gonna say she should be about 22, 23, but I wasn't sure because I remember reading somewhere where she was 22. So I was
Mhm.
like, she should be about 23 now. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. And let me just say this, when we talk about this mental piece, and we were talking earlier, I was saying how I try to be there for, try to show up for everybody and be there for them. Let me just be transparent. I was like, should I share this? But I think, it's all about being real. Probably about a month ago, I myself, when people see me, I'm always smiling, I'm always hugging people, I'm always playing with the baby. But just about a month ago, my mind was attacked. I felt like I wasn't worthy. I felt like I did not matter. And it's like I'm telling someone else, I'm telling other people around me that are going through things. I'm telling them to pray, to fast, and to do this and to believe in yourself. But I was struggling. I wasn't okay. So when I tell you that mental is important, it's important for you to have the right people around you. It's important for you to take time for yourself because I was losing myself. I was pouring out to everyone and I was depleted and I didn't have anything left for myself. So I found myself losing myself and I didn't even want to live. And I'm just being totally honest. I was smiling, but inside I was crying. And only a select few people realize that. There's people that gonna there are some people that are actually going to hear your silence. They hear your cry through your silence. So I just, I'd encourage people to make sure you check on folks. The strong people that are always there, make sure you check on them. Because I'm telling you, a month ago, I didn't even want to see tomorrow. And that's just real. I'm just being real.
Yeah. You're right. We've got to check on those people who are always checking on us and somebody else. They need that too. You know, I see Malik
Right.
brought up the elephant in the room. He brought it up.
Malik said, Malik said, man, we talking about weed. I know folks who run businesses and raise great kids all while smoking on the herb. I just had to advocate. Absolutely. That is so true. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you see how it's slowly being legalized state by state by state by state. Now that they've figured out a way that it can be monetized um, on a grander scale than this your local weed man. Yeah.
Hmm.
But he's right. He's absolutely right. It is an herb, and we need to stop sizing people who smoke marijuana.
Hmm.
We have to. And Malik is right. There are people who live their lives and run businesses and raise their families smoking. But listen,
Hmm.
there are people out here who are on cocaine running businesses and raising their families and doing those type of things. There are people who are on opioids who are doing all of those different things. And those things are very different from marijuana, which is not
Hmm.
addictive. But we won't get into that. This is not about to be a whole weed conversation. But still, I have to agree. I have to agree. They
Hmm.
did that over
Yeah.
weed, whereas, there were athletes like who was the swimmer? Was his name Phelps?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Was it Michael Phelps?
right, who smoked. There's lots of athletes who smoke and use marijuana, and it's really medicinal. So let's be honest about that. There are
And
several.
wasn't the girl that the basketball player, what was her name? Oh, she was overseas. I think it was the same with her. It had something to do with herb too,
Wow,
right?
Brittany,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, her. Yeah, 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 yeah.
This is
Oh,
ridiculous.
yeah. Like
You
there's so
know,
much bigger issues going on in the world.
there are.
Really.
There really, really are.
Yeah.
And we got to stop this. And if it's like I said, state by state by state, it's being legalized. They need to worry. But first of all, I, I want to say this, and I don't know who out there who's ever smoked any little of the ganja. But I tell you what, I know one thing: it didn't make you go out there and run 100 meters in the time that she's run. It don't make you run fast. If anything, if anything, there's a lot of people I know who smoke and they be on the couch. So I don't see why, she had to be disqualified for that. That was my point. Weed is not an enhancement for sports. It's not.
Mm-mm.
You got to have that thing in you. That got to be you. So if you can go out there and run that fast and smoke, come on, man.
Listen, that's her gifting.
Come on, man. You what? You could smoke weed and still run like that?
Oh my
Girl,
goodness.
you
Yeah.
good.
And Q says, "Hello, those folks just jealous." And is.
Yeah. Come on. I need them to just go ahead and make marijuana free throughout the whole nation. Get it on out here. Let it put whatever products y'all need. Let's have some weed tea. When I have my cup of tea, like Erica Badu would say, I think I need a cup of tea. I ain't talking about Lipton. You understand me?
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness. I just don't want to be. I just personally in my life, where I am in my life, don't want to be smoking. But I sure wouldn't mind if I could drink a cup of tea. I'd sip on it if I could. So let's work this out, America.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
'Cause
America
I
was
think
doing
I
too
need
much.
a cup of tea.
Yeah,
Mm.
America was doing so much. And Q says,
Uh-oh, let me get her.
"Hold on. I'm gonna get the baby."
Well, let me talk to y'all a minute. I agree with you, Q. They won't, because there are so many medicinal purposes for it that will put the pharmaceutical giants out of work. And that is just so unfortunate. Like, I don't know why the food and drug industry, how they got to team up. If that ain't a bunch of crooks and criminals, that I've ever seen. You know, it's just not right. They do all of these things to our food. We've got the GMOs. We don't know what we're eating. They got us addicted to sugar. Imagine we upset about someone who was smoking some weed when they put sugar in absolutely everything that we could possibly eat and digest, and they know that it is addictive. They're doing it to us on purpose. They're causing us to get sick. Why? So that we can purchase their drugs, these pharmaceutical giants, as Q has said. And it's just a whole system. Bad food, you need medicine, take the medicine, bad food, just the cycle of destruction of our health and our well-being. It's ridiculous. And I see I got Malik here. He says, being black and kicking ass in your field is illegal. They wish they could arrest us. Listen, they can't arrest her for being fast. I tell you that. It's too bad. It's too bad. They're just gonna have to get over that. I see we got Erica in here. What's she talking about, Tori?
Erica says they just need a reason to keep others from being great, period. And do.
Mhm. How the baby doing? Hey, baby.
The baby said, girl, you better get my warm milk.
That's what we do, y'all. See, y'all thought it was just us. No, we doing a whole lot while we do this podcast. And guess what? They can hate it if they want to, but it's our thing. It's our thing.
And Q says the white man created systems that put money in their pockets. Mm.
You know, when we could have a whole show about this because there's so much. When you really think about all of the things that we need, all of them, like water, is free. It should be free. We pay for it now, but just think about all of the natural things out here, like water, like food. If we planted it, and you could plant a garden, you can plant certain things, and what I don't have, you could share with me, and likewise, and that could be free. And like whatever grows in your land, your country has that, and we share and we barter. But somebody decided that they wanted to monetize that. Okay? They wanted to monetize that. I don't know how we got into this horrible system. I don't even know how we could get out of it. Like I've said, I feel like that could be a topic for a conversation. I got to figure it out. I got to figure out a way to bring that to a conversation. I see we got Malik here. He said, I was a sugarhead too. I am blessed to have kicked it, changed my whole body shape. Listen, I'm glad you kicked it. I don't know how because everything got sugar in it. I don't know what you eat and where because everything got sugar in it. Just about everything is genetically modified. Nothing, it seems, is really good for us. I don't know. It's like I throw my hands up in the air. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know how y'all feel, but I don't know what to do. You know?
Right.
What's Cynthia talking about?
And they were known about weed for centuries for the indigenous people introduced it to the colonizers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Malik says, put men in their pockets perpetually.
Of course. It's all about that dollar.
Hey, line.
All about that dollar. But I tell you something, and the conversation is here. It's about having that mindset. This is about resilience. Mental well-being builds resilience. It allows us, all of us, and any of us should be able to know this, but it allows us to bounce back from setbacks. We can adapt to any circumstance. Resilient people remain committed to their goals despite the obstacles. And that is what I love about us. That is what I love about this story with ShaCarri. And this isn't a story. This is what I love about what is real, what we just witnessed with ShaCarri. that resilience. I'm just watching her continue to grow. I love to see it. Her emotional intelligence is definitely on display here. She's learned how to handle them. And I want you guys to watch that race and just watch how she was just fully committed all the way through that race. Because let me tell you something, Shelly Ann Price and Sharika Jackson, they was getting it. And when I say they was getting it, they was getting it. They were out front. Now, ShaCarri ran this race because she ran them down. And when I say them, not just those two, but everybody, because she wasn't out front. She did have a good start, but she was not out front. Like the women's 100 meter is just, that's like the best race to me in track, because we know that it's a whole lot of competition. And every woman who was on that track was fire, to say the least. And it was a fast race. And they were getting it. ShaCarri was not out front. She stayed the course. She ran and I don't know. Every time I watch it, I still don't even know how she did it, because I've never really seen a race like that before. And I watch a lot of track and field. But she won that race in the end, because I'm telling you, throughout the whole race, Sharika Jackson was getting it. And everybody expected Shelly Ann Price to win, who is legendary, by the way. And it just didn't happen. She was out there on that outside lane. When I saw that she was in lane 9, I said, okay, something about this. As soon as I saw she was in lane 9, I was like, this is getting ready to be good. But I didn't know how good it was going to be. Whew, I'm going to watch it again after we get off this podcast.
Erica says, I remember when I was younger, we used to be able to borrow things from our neighbors, and now most people don't even conversate with them.
Girl.
Facts.
Horrible. That's what that's the neighborly thing to do. You're supposed to be able to borrow something, be a good neighbor.
And Malik says, you have to grow and get out the grocery store. The convenience is killing us. We have to get back to what we knew. I remember it took grandma all day to cook dinner because she grew her own veggies, and granddad brought home fresh cuts of meat because he worked for Eastern Market. I love up here in the mountains where I live because everyone grows. My neighbors keep me on it. That's what's up.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's what's up, man. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I also feel like wherever you live, you should, if you don't grow anything, I think at the very least, you should know your local farmers. You should go to your local farmers markets. You need to know who they are, because you need to get something that somebody you knew grew this, like their hands. I do that. Like I know my local farmer. Shout out to Ellery Farms. That's my man. He keeping me down with my watermelons and anything that you want. Shout out to a brother and his family. I love it.
And Q says it's like she comes off the blocks and then be like, let me quit playing with these folks. And she turns it up and then slows down and still win.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, how did she turn that acceleration on like that? Because typically at that point in the race, most people are slowing down. And when you watch this particular race, and when you watch, because the race, throughout the whole race, it really was Shelly Ann Price and Sharika Jackson. Let's be honest. It was them. We root for ShaCarri. ShaCarri out here on the outside. She's there. We root for her. But if we're talking about who's winning the race, it is Sharika Jackson. Okay? Because she given everything to Shelly Ann. Shelly Ann came out the gate. She was like, I'm going to make y'all run today. And Sharika said, okay, that's how you feel about it. And she put, she stepped on the gas. ShaCarri out there on the outside. I don't know how, but you saw them knees up. That form was beautiful. And she running. And we at the line almost now. And you could see in my mind, this is just my mind now. Okay. I'm looking at Sharika Jackson. She looked like, okay, she knew she had this and she kind of get ready to coast over this line. Whoa, 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 whoa. You shouldn't have done that. ShaCarri, boom, hit it. That last freaking step. She won that race, crossed that line with that last freaking step. Y'all got to watch that. I'm too excited. Y'all got to watch it. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Wow.
And that tells you so much. You can't never give up. That tells a lot of things. You can't never give up. Like, stay true all the way to the end. Also, if you watch Sharika's run, don't ever feel like you got it made. Cross it, like take it all the way through. I'm not saying she gave. Don't get me wrong. I don't know, but I'm telling you, she won this race with the last freaking step, y'all. Watch it for yourself. Y'all watch it and come back and comment and tell me what y'all thought, because I want to know. We can talk about it again if you want to. We can.
Yeah. And Q says it's like she comes out. No, you already did that one. Cynthia says the spot she had was so awkward and the odds were against her.
Listen, that wasn't awkward. And when I saw that it was 9, that outside lane, but I'm gonna tell you why. Let me go back to that. I'm gonna tell you why I felt like it wasn't awkward. I don't, because she was in that outside lane, right? And Shelly Ann and Sharika were beside each other. They were in the middle. So I don't know if they was really paying attention to ShaCarri out there on the outside, but I felt like being on the outside like that was to her advantage, to be honest, because they running and they're not pacing where she's at. And then you got to keep in mind that Sharika beat her in the semifinals. So I'm not saying they discounted her, but what I am saying is they were racing each other. I don't know how far out they was looking, but I know one thing: ShaCarri was looking, because when she made that step across the line, like, she knew she won because she put her hands up, which was very, that was a whole lot of confidence because it was really that close, but she knew it. You got to watch it. She crossed the line and boom, put her hands up. So she knew she won.
Yeah.
And she won. She looked like she was about to get that ugly cry, because then it really set in. She was like, oh my gosh, I won this. And let's also think about this. This was her first time on a national stage, international stage like this, because, she was disqualified and didn't make it before. So this was her first time, and she came in, she won. She broke Shelly Ann's record. I mean, she just crushed it. So I'm overwhelmed.
That was good. That breakdown just now was good. I got to go back and watch it. Malik says watching her races are like that favorite suspense movie, Edge of the Seats. Q says it was definitely that leg.
Yeah.
Ashley says, Lord, now I got to go back and watch it again.
You do. Y'all got to listen. There is always something to learn from everything. There is a larger conversation. There is a lesson in that thing. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna watch it again too. Don't think I've seen enough of it. No, I haven't.
And Cynthia says it was to her advantage, but it was strategic to put her out there and then together.
Girl, I don't know what it was, but I know it was for her, and I was happy about it. And it's something about that number 9 gave me, some spiritual vibes. Y'all might not be into numerology and those type of things. We can have some discussions about that too at another time. But when I saw she was in lane 9, I said something spiritual get ready to happen here, y'all, in my mind. But I still wasn't prepared for what I saw.
Yeah, there's something about that number 9. Yeah, that's something to come back to. That's powerful right there. Cynthia says they didn't expect her to.
No, they didn't.
Erica says those who are on the outside lane don't really have to worry about others invading your space. So I think that, along with her mindset, was everything.
It could have been, listen, if you really look at her, it was almost like she was just running by herself because she didn't let, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. I'd be very curious to hear in the coming days if she speaks about it more, what she has to say about it. But just to watch her form, just to watch her completely run the race, to put, I mean, just to accelerate like that. It's just something that I've never seen before. I've never seen it. And she just went all the way through. It was magnificent.
And Cynthia says, watching it was electric.
She also says, yeah, I said that when they said she was in lane 9. I got you. I got you. That's how I feel about it. So we coming back here to say this. We're coming back here to say this. Well, what is Erica saying?
Erica says, yes, exactly. In lane 9. That's a testimony all by itself.
Okay, so y'all are kind of like into this. Well, we gonna talk about it soon. Now I know how far I can go with different things and conversations with you. Good. I like to hear it. But just kind of rounding this conversation up here as we try to come to a close. We got to remember this. A journey towards winning and having a winning mindset, your personal wellness goes hand in hand with that. It goes
Absolutely.
hand in hand with that. You're going to have challenges. So you've got to embrace those challenges as opportunities. You've got to nurture your well-being. You got to let positivity guide you, right? And keep
Right.
core principles in line with your goals. We watched that with this young lady. You can learn something from anybody. My mom always told me, she said, you can learn something from a fool. You can. You can. But we watched someone who it seemed like no one believed in. And if we go back to just the quote that she made herself, I want to read it again. She said, I'm not worried about the world anymore. I've seen the world be my friend. I've seen the world turn on me. It's my time to actually do it for myself. And that's from the mouth of a babe. And that's a very powerful quote. And I think all of us should be able to relate to that. I think all of us should be able to take that and know, like, stop worrying about what people are saying out here. Stop it. Do what it is that is on your heart. Do your thing. Do it your way. Find your peace of mind. You still will have to do that because there has to be a positive mindset. Don't let people, a lot of the times people like to make it seem like you're into this woo, 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 where you're not. You got to have a positive mindset. That's what's going to help you get over those challenges. You got to find a way to be optimistic. Find your resilience, that can-do attitude. All of those are attributes for success. You got to know when to step away, find that time for yourself, find that balance for yourself. Tori?
Absolutely. Listen, all I'm going to say is get out your own head. Don't overthink and don't worry about what people say. Do you? God gave the vision to you. And I look forward to seeing you guys on next Tuesday. Thank you guys for rocking it out with us every Tuesday. But this little baby, Logan said, girl, you got to clean up on aisle 1. So you got to go. Bye, y'all.
All right, girl. It is always good when I get an opportunity to be here talking to you guys on Tuesday. Always good when I talk it out with Tori. That's what we do here. We want to have conversations about things that are going on in life, in our lives, in the world, in media. But we want to have a larger conversation. We want to look at it just a little bit differently. We do. Because there's more to it. We can't always want to talk about the gossip. No, there's a bigger picture. So find a way to make sure that you see that picture. And that starts with your mind. That starts with your well-being. Take it serious, guys. I'm so glad that we had this chance to talk. I'm so glad that we did, but it's time for us to get out of here. That hour seems like it passes so very quickly. We get in here, we start chatting with you guys and having a conversation, and boom, it seems like it's time for us to say goodbye. But before we get out of here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to breathe this thing out. We're going to do a little breath work, and then we're going to get back into our day. And we're going to be a little bit better. Why? Because that's how we want to be. Let's do some breath work. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold a few seconds. Exhale. And hold that a few seconds. Inhale one more time. Hold a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. Now, don't you feel great? I feel great. I appreciate you guys. And if nobody gave you a smile today, if nobody smiled today, you just close your eyes and give yourself a big smile and see how that feels for you. Right? Y'all be great out here. It's what we do. One love, y'all.